and enjoyed a nightly ritual of watching Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert on Comedy Central. In part because of his experience, Dad hated authoritarian regimes. He was a strong progressive because he felt that liberal values and ideals gave people the best chance for personal freedom. He was passionate about taxes, and over the years as a tax preparer, he built a loyal following. When it came to the subject of taxes, it was hard for me to enjoy those conversations as I'm not as interested in all the peculiarities of income tax and possible deductions as he was. But when he lost interest in talking about taxes and politics, I knew he was declining. Dad was both an angel who saw the big picture and stood up for those around him, and a mortal who struggled like the rest of us with pushing his personal projects to completion. After trying to find a way to express himself as an artist, Dad expressed himself frequently through puppets, as that was an art form that he knew most professionally. But he also wrote plays, directed puppet and live shows, and he made profound observations on a daily basis that highlighted his powerful sense of awareness and creativity. He wrote plays, directed shows, acted on TV and on stage, always looking to bring joy to his audiences. Over the years, his performances were seen by hundreds of thousands of children and adults in Russia and in America. We may never know all the people he inspired and the way in which he changed their lives. But I have seen over and over the joy he brought to people with his art, and by simply being the person that he was, kind, compassionate, and charming. Dad had deep respect for Jewish culture and history, but he struggled to accept any religion or spirituality into his life, though I believe he would have made a great rabbi. I believe Dad struggled with religion because he was a humanist. He believed in the value and the power of human spirit and the importance of being decent to people simply because it was the right thing to do. He was a book person, and like a bookshelf, his life was bookended with 2 library jobs. His first job was at Central Lenin's library in Moscow, which he remembered very fondly, mostly for the fact that he could sleep and read to his heart's content. His last job was at San Francisco Library, where he helped many, especially in the Russian community, by providing guidance and assistance. Dad was a lover. He loved Mom and he loved Sveta. I only wish sometimes that Mom knew how much he loved her. Dad was capable of loving things in an abstract while being bothered by individual expressions of affection. He loved his family even though it was practically impossible to buy him a present that he would enjoy. He loved people even though he found them frequently frustrating. He loved politics even though Comedy Central's skewering of politics made him laugh nightly. And Dad loved America. Whether it was because it offers its residents more freedom, space, and less government control than Russia, Dad loved this country, and considering how much he sacrificed both to leave Russia and to raise me and my brother Misha here, his love for America was endless. Dad loved the opportunities that this country offers, and he joyfully renounced his Soviet citizenship when our family left in 1988 and became a proud American citizen in 1995. No matter what changes occurred in Russia since, Dad never looked back or wished we had stayed. Dad loved San Francisco. There are certain places in the world that a person is considered to be successful simply for living there. In Russia, that place was Moscow. On this planet, that place is America. In America, that place is San Francisco. Dad loved San Francisco, its culture of freedom, as much as he loved its climate. He found joy in walking to work down Clement Street, where he was recognized and treated with respect by many who knew him through the library or his performances. Dad loved living next to the ocean, he loved the many restaurants here, and he loved a good cup of coffee, which he was able to find in San Francisco. I want to take a second to specifically thank my family members, not just for all that they have done over the years for Dad, but also for what they have done for him in the last few months, weeks, and even since his passing. Svetachka, has been absolutely amazing in helping Dad carry the burden of his illness for longer than most people could or would. For a long time, it was hard for me to call Sveta anything but Dad's wife, but after everything that she has done for my dad, I'm honored to call Sveta my stepmom. Thank you for taking care of Dad, and thank you for your love. Vladimir, who has exceeded every expectation I could have possibly have of a stepbrother. Thank you for being there for Dad and for Sveta and for being the best son Sveta could hope for. Anya. Though we have been members of the same family for years, Anya and I met for the first time yesterday. Such is life. Thank you for carrying so much love for Dad in your heart, and congratulations to you and Vladimir on your upcoming weddings. I know Dad wanted and planned to walk you down the aisle, and I'm sure he'll be there in spirit. Misha, my amazing brother who has put his life on hold time and again to fly out and to be with Dad, especially in this last few months. You are the best brother I could hope for. Tracy, you always surprise me, and always in a great way that I could not have anticipated. Besides being the calm, reasoned, and loving addition to our family, Tracy has spent the last 2 days going through Dad's many newspaper clippings, organizing 2 scrapbooks, one for Misha, one for me. Thank you, and thank you for being part of the family. Isabel, my daughter's love for her grandfather has been both overwhelming and inspiring to me, at least in part because of how little physical time Dad and Isabel were able to spend together, yet how deep a bond they had for each other. When it became clear that time may be limited, Izzy talked with her mom, who graciously paid for her ticket to fly out and spend a couple of days with Grandpa Dima. I know she'll always treasure her time with Grandpa and will carry love for him in her heart. I want to end by reading a couple of messages that I received yesterday. One is from Esther Friedman, who has known Dad since our family came to the United States in 1988. Esther wrote, "Just wanted to add a thought. It's a rare ability to stay in touch and be a friend with your late wife's friends. Long after my beloved Alichka passed, we stayed in touch. When your family first arrived in Salt Lake City, I was the one who taught Dima how to drive and took him to take his driving test, and he made it on the first try. I will cherish memories of your parents and hope and pray for a long, healthy, happy, and productive life for you, Misha, and your families. I hope that Isabel will remember her wonderful grandpa." And this brief message I received from Natasha, Dad's sister, who wanted to be but could not be here with us today. Света, Юрик, Миша, Isabel, все родные и друзья. От нас ушел Дима, муж, отец, брат, друг. Очень тяжело это осознать, невозможно с этим смириться. Как же жизнь прекрасна и тяжела. Скорбим вместе с вами, Наташа, вся моя семья, родные и друзья москвичи. I thank everyone who came to this service and ask that you honor Dad's memory by loving fearlessly, by speaking what's in your heart, and by using each day to its utmost potential. Time is limited. Smile.
Прошу вас, пожалуйста, сейчас попробую приглушить микрофон, чтобы было удобно говорить и даже телефон.
Я не записывала никаких спич. Говорят, что каждый человек в жизни, он счастлив, когда он счастлив с человеком, которого он любит. У нас все наши 8 лет, это каждое мгновение нашей жизни, это была любовь. У нас была не очень простая встреча, нам пришлось с Димой познакомиться онлайн, не очень простое время. Дима уже был диагностик рак, cancer, а я проходила вторую химиотерапию. Для него это было тяжело, потому что он потерял свою жену, у которой было 2 рака, а дети потеряли любимую маму. И здесь в зале сидят люди, которые встретили нас у себя дома и сказали: ребята, почему вы еще до сих пор не вместе? После Белочки и Саши Ткач Дима сказал: с сегодняшнего дня мы с тобой вместе, и мы никогда не расставались. До последней минуты, как остановилось его сердце. Нам очень повезло. Мы были близки по духу, мы были счастливы, мы были любимы. Моя мечта, когда я говорила, я хочу открывать дверь своего дома и видеть любимого человека, это был Дима. Он дал очень много мне в этой жизни, он supportный, он заботился по мне, during my breast cancer. И я дала себе слово, и мои дети, и все мы сказали, что будем с ним до последней минуты. А твои хорошие годы, это были счастливые годы, и я счастлива, что Бог дал нам такой честь, чтобы мы жили все 8 лет в любви, никогда не ссорились. Зная мой темперамент, зная мой какой напористый характер, я за все 8 лет ни разу не повысила на Диму голос. И до последней минуты я говорила: да, Димочка, да. Я кормила его, я ухаживала за ним, я, как это тяжело. Миша приехал за 2 дня до папиной смерти, и мы жили в одном госпитале. Я отдала Мише его кровать, на диван, чтобы он спал. И это, наверное, мое самое большое проявление любви, потому что последний день, когда Дима уже умирал, я была с ним на этой постели, в госпитале, я держала его за руку. И это было мое счастье, что я могла быть с ним в последнюю минуту. Нам очень повезло, мы поняли, что Дима не сможет после 2 дней проснуться, и когда Миша мне сказал: Света, папа проснулся, мы тут же стали связываться с его Москвой, мы показывали его Наташиной сестре на iPad, Юрочкина Изабелла внучка. Она говорила ему слова, Юра говорил, как он его любит. Все люди, которые не были с ним рядом, они были с ним рядом. Я в ссоре. Они были с ним рядом. И это счастье, что я хочу сказать спасибо своей маме, которая готовила ему каждый день обед, встречала меня на остановках, передавала все, что только можно. Все самые большие желания Димы. Дима хотел борщ, винегрет, печенку ливер. Это большое счастье, что у нас такая... Когда Дима на меня, когда мы с ним познакомились, он сказал: я не готов к такой большой семье, вы слишком большие для меня. И когда он уже говорил, что такое счастье, что вы все у меня есть, что у меня теперь такая большая семья. Не каждому дано жить в счастье. Мы прожили в счастье 8 лет, от первой до последней минутки. Я была с ним всегда рядом. И я хочу вам всем сказать большое спасибо, кто его знал. Лихай, Library, Providence Place. Всем, кто меня спорт за эти годы, кто мне помогал, кто меня поддерживал и поддерживает до сегодняшнего дня. Вы все сегодня здесь все со мной рядом, и все мои большие друзья, вы моя опора. И я думаю, что мы все, Димка, он счастлив, потому что вы сегодня все с ним вместе рядом здесь. He is my love, he is my support. He showed for me how I can live in America. He showed for me freedom. He teach me computer, he teach me photography, he teach me how a woman supposed to love man. He is my love forever. And I want to thank you to you, and I love him very much.